Welcome to the Rich Carroll program. I am your host, Rich Carroll. There has been another horrific school shooting, this time at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. 17 people are dead. The shooter, of course, will remain nameless. I'm not going to give this sick individual name recognition for his deeds, but I will tell you he was taken into police custody, and the state of Florida does still carry out the death penalty. And there is somebody I do want to mention, though. Aaron Feist, a football coach. He was one of the victims killed, but he should be known for the selfless act that he performed before he died. During the shooting, Feist gave his life shielding students from the gunfire. Feist is a hero. He's the kind of person whose name should be known, as opposed to the shooter. But now the debate is again reignited. What are we going to do to stop this from happening again? Reports say the shooter purchased the AR-15 he used to carry out the shooting legally. So, the current laws did not prevent the shooting. Now, he had received mental health treatment in the past, so perhaps the discussion needs to be had how he passed a background check with that information in mind. But I would like to propose some solutions I believe would be an acceptable response to these school shootings. First of which is we need to end gun-free zones. President Trump campaigned on the promise to do away with them, and we should hold him to that promise. Gun-free zones were brought about from legislation by then Senator Joe Biden in the Gun-Free Zones Act of 1990. A USA Today piece, an opinion piece by Eric Pratt, points out 98% of mass shootings occur in gun-free zones. It sounds like we have an epidemic. So I want to inform you that Congressman Thomas Massie of Kentucky has introduced R34, the Safe Students Act, which would repeal Joe Biden's legislation. Because with gun-free zones being the law of the land, the only ones who carry firearms into them are those who disregard the law. Next, schools need to arm faculty or have armed guards in them. In that same USA Today piece that I mentioned, Pratt writes about a survey of 15,000 law enforcement professionals. In that survey, 80% of them supported arming teachers and school administrators who willingly volunteer to train with firearms and carry one in the course of the job. As the shooter in Sutherland Springs, Texas found out, it's a lot harder to shoot at innocent people when somebody is shooting back at you. Back in 2016, a photo surfaced of a sign at Medina ISD in Medina, Texas. The sign read, "Attention. Please be aware that the staff at Medina ISD may be armed and will use whatever force is necessary to protect our students." I don't know about you, but I would feel much better knowing schools had that sign up as opposed to gun-free zone signs. But one thing is for certain, something needs to be done. I don't believe the answer lies in gun control. And I do know that our country needs to have actual conversations and not emotionally charged shout fests that lead to bitter feelings and division. I feel that somehow we've got to sway public opinion to the fact that guns in the hands of law-abiding citizens makes our nation safer. To that point, there was a study by the Crime Prevention Research Center that found concealed carry license holders are more law-abiding than police officers. The study found permit holders are convicted of felonies and misdemeanors at less than a sixth of the rate of police officers. And as always, you can go to my sources section and find that story there. But guys, please pray for those affected by the shooter in Florida. Continue to pray for our country and pray for our schools. And also contact your legislators. And be sure to let them know that leaving people defenseless is not the answer. I'm Rich Carroll. God bless.